Hey, before we get into the content, if you guys want to learn more about lease options and creative finance structuring, there's a link in the show notes that you can join me and Joe McCall next week live, where we deep dive lease options and creative structures. It's absolutely free. If you're watching this after we do the live, there'll be a replay or another live recording. So go ahead and click on the link in the show notes to get access to it. But for now, enjoy the content.
Hey everyone. Probably a little windy. This is the last creative seller finance deal that I kept for myself. Everything since this property I have assigned, or I've wholesaled the contract. So I was able to buy this house for $1, and I'll tell you about how it was structured, how it was a win for the sellers, how it was a win for me. And then as you can see, there's still some garbage in the yard. We're cleaning up the outside right now. The previous sellers have been renting it back from me for the last about year and a half, and we're actually going to be selling it. So we have it listed right now. We put it up for sale. Yesterday was the first day. I think we've had 9 total people come to see it or lined up to come see it, which is awesome. We've already got 1 offer. I expect to have multiple offers by the end of the weekend. We priced it to move it quickly. I prefer to list my properties for a little less than what the appraised amount is, just to create a feeding frenzy, right? The buyers that are out there will come in and give us multiple offers. So just show you kind of the remodel real quick. Let me flip this camera around and I'll show you. All right, just walked in the front door. It's got real nice wood burning stove. I put in that brand new stove pipe. It's got all new electrical, all new plumbing. This was a firehouse, so I actually had to have, this is the very first remodel I've ever done that had fire damage. There was a fire that had started in the utility room and burned up the kitchen big time. So it has all new electrical, all new plumbing. This is the kitchen. That was a pipe that broke while we were renting it out. It didn't get painted. But it's in great condition. So it's a 3-bedroom. This is the master bedroom that we added. We actually added this little bathroom here to make it a 3/4 bath. So it's got the nice shower, bathroom. And then this is the old utility room. This is what had the fire, was down there, but it's got all brand new furnace, brand new water heater, all new electrical. So, and then upstairs has the other bedrooms. Come up. It's got the laundry hookups in this bathroom, new vanity, new shower, and then the 2 other bedrooms up here. So maybe you're thinking, how could this be a win for the seller? If you sold this property to me for $1, how is that fair? So I want to explain the situation of the seller. So the seller had this property. They were living in this house. It didn't have electrical. It didn't have a working furnace. So they were heating the house with this wood burning stove. And this pipe right here used to be a dryer vent. So it was a dangerous situation. They bought the house cash. They had saved up for this house, bought it after it had already had fire damage. The city came in and said they were no longer able to live here because it wasn't safe. It wasn't in condition to live in. So they moved into a rental property. Most of their income was coming from Social Security, from retirement. Their Social Security benefits were no longer going to be given to them because they had 2 different addresses, the property they were living in and then this secondary property. And according to the requirements or whatever it was, they had an investment property at that point and they were going to lose their income. So they had dreamed of buying a house and fixing up their own house. And what happened was they were no longer going to have a house because the city was forcing them to sell it. And then the federal government the city forced them to move out, and the federal government was essentially forcing them to sell it to keep their income. And so when they got a postcard from me, they called me and I talked to them about the situation. And the way we structured the deal is I would pay with my money to fix up the house, and they would, move into the house, rent it from me, and have an option to buy it back. If they decided they didn't want to buy it back and wanted to sell it, we could sell the property. I could recuperate my money and $20,000 on top of what I've spent to for my profits, so I could make $20,000. So what I did is I bought this property for $1. They deeded it to me for $1. We did the rehab, and the cool thing is I used debt to fix up the house. So it cost me about $60,000 to do this entire remodel, to hire someone out to do all this. I refinanced out my money, and the sellers have decided they would like to sell the property. So we're actually selling the property now so that they can get the rest of their equity out of the deal. So if they would have sold the property in the condition that it was in, they would have made less than they're gonna make now. So I was able to make great money on this property. They were able to make more money, and we were able to do a creative structure where I was able to buy this house for $1. What I want to explain to you guys is if there is a dip in the market, if there is a recession, which it looks like it may happen from this coronavirus situation, there's going to be more and more people that were willing to sell with seller finance, lease options, subject tos, and things as creative as this deal right here. So I want you guys to understand that real estate investing isn't just cash offers and making money assigning and selling cash offers. If you don't have money, credit, and things like that to be able to do the remodel like I did, you can take this contract that I was able to structure and sell the contract to someone else that is willing to do the project. And so keep in mind that as the market drops, creative deals are going to be more and more common. There's going to be more content coming very shortly with some of my students talking about their creative financing structures. And they are the most profitable, most juicy deals that you can possibly find. I love them. And if you really want to make a fortune in real estate investing, that is the best way to do it. And I can't wait till my barber starts cutting hair again for this virus to be over so I can get a haircut. Anyways, guys, hopefully this was helpful. Make sure you subscribe if you want to learn more about how to find big, juicy deals like this one. We found this deal using our marketing strategy, Driving for Dollars. I talk about it in a free webinar. You can register at dfdmastery.com. Anyways, get out there, start driving, find deals, crush it. I'll talk to y'all soon.